Jake Paul is obviously, you know,
he's
big.
Beautiful. My family loves Jake Paul.
He's cool.
Could you fuck him up?
Huh?
Could you fuck him up?
Oh, I'm so easy.
You think?
Yeah, but I would love him. I would never. I mean, it's my own family. Everybody loves this little white motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Oh shit. Yo, wait.
Balls. He got some balls. When you see a white boy with balls, you know, I'm talking about from real, but like you, motherfucker.
But you would, but time out. Would you?
Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are officially gearing up for their clash, with both men launching their training camps and making it clear this isn't being treated like a joke. Tyson has already shared footage from his opening sessions, giving fans a first look at how he's preparing for the July matchup against Jake Paul.
It's day one, the fun just begun.
In the first training videos, Tyson appears fast, explosive, and locked in, and former UFC champ Chuck Liddell thinks that kind of sharpness could decide everything the moment Tyson lands clean. In an interview with TMZ, Liddell explained that if Tyson connects, it could be lights out right there, pointing out that punching power is often the final weapon a fighter loses. He also made it clear Tyson still has real pop behind the shots. And even though the official rules for the fight haven't been fully confirmed yet, Liddell kept giving his take on how the matchup could play out.
Huge talks right now in the fighting world because Jake Paul is fighting Mike Tyson, and I gotta know, like he's a lot younger, he's half his age, and he's training around the clock for the last few years. Like, do you think Tyson has a chance? Jake, they're saying, is the favorite.
Yeah, if Tyson's taking a dive, it's the favorite. But if Tyson hits him, it's over.
Ariel Helwani added that several important pieces are still being finalized. Based on what he's hearing, the intention is for the bout to be sanctioned as a professional fight, but the final call belongs to the Texas Commission, meaning nothing has been officially locked in. He also said they're still ironing out things like the weight division and how many rounds it will be, although he's been told it's expected to follow heavyweight-style rounds. Either way, the fight is already generating huge attention. At the same time, some fans are debating whether Tyson's training footage reflects real preparation or if it's mainly for hype. Soon after the clips went up, former UFC fighter Chael Sonnen questioned how genuine the workout looked. He cracked a joke that if you want people to believe you've truly been training, you should at least soak your face and shirt a bit first. The message behind it was clear. He thought the video came off more like a staged moment than an honest look inside camp. Even with that skepticism, it's difficult to ignore that Tyson still looks impressive for his age. But Sonnen didn't hold back, going as far as labeling the entire matchup a flop event.
This thing is going to look terrible on TV. You think this thing is going to draw more than Mike versus Roy? You think this thing is going to draw more than Fury versus Francis? It's going to look ridiculous in an 80,000 seat arena. And what would be the reason that they're boxing? Money. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we understand that. That doesn't work. It's a flop. It's a flop. Floyd and Connor in the fight capital of the world did less than 12,000 tickets. Come on, man. In Texas? Come on.
Meanwhile, Tyson addressed all of this in a straightforward conversation with Dr. Oz. He said supplements are a big part of his daily lifestyle, explaining that they help him train harder and keep his energy where it needs to be. Tyson added that if he doesn't get that intense, almost spiritual rush of power, then whatever he's using isn't delivering the results he expects, showing how much that feeling matters to him. That he took that wellness mindset even further by encouraging fans to try the same products he relies on, sharing a discount code for his followers. Tyson described those supplements as a major reason he's been able to stay healthy and consistent, which is why he wanted to share what's been working for him. By doing that, he gave supporters a direct way to follow what he called his own championship-style approach. After that, he continued speaking about what his training looks like right now. Tyson said the supplements he uses make a real difference for him, explaining that they noticeably improve his energy and how he feels day to day. He described the effect as intense and almost spiritual, adding that if he doesn't get that surge of drive and vitality, then whatever he's taking simply isn't delivering. And, of course, Tyson's focus on conditioning has always been one of the biggest reasons he was so dominant in boxing. A few years ago, during a talk with rapper T.I., he detailed what a typical training day looked like for him. He said he would begin with roughly 2 hours of cardio, dividing that time between the stationary bike and the treadmill. After that, he'd move into lighter weight work, pushing through hundreds of reps. Then he'd shift into boxing-specific work, spending around 25 to 30 minutes on the mitts to keep his timing and endurance sharped out on the other side. Jake Paul seems fully motivated heading into this matchup, which will be just the 11th pro fight of his career. He recently reposted an older clip of Tyson saying his name and pointed out it was recorded years ago, saying it's crazy how much can change over time. He also used the moment to tell fans not to let anyone talk them out of chasing big goals. Tyson has also recognized how far Paul has come since the Nate Robinson knockout on the Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. undercard. And he said he's excited to shut down Paul's push toward championship-level recognition. Still, not everyone is buying into the hype. One of the most vocal skeptics has been KSI, who argued that knocking out a 57-year-old Tyson wouldn't really prove much. He said that a prime version of Tyson would be a completely different challenge, but given the current situation, he views it as more disappointing than impressive. In KSI's eyes, even a knockout win wouldn't feel like a meaningful accomplishment. Paul didn't let that go unanswered. He responded by posting training footage of Tyson working with Rafael Cordero, where Tyson ripped a quick 4-punch combo while Cordero held the pads. Cordero explained that the drill is meant to generate top-level speed and power in the shortest burst possible. He also highlighted Tyson's impact, saying the force behind his punches was the most violent he's ever felt while holding mitts. After KSI called the fight sad, Paul clapped back by asking if KSI has ever looked that sharp on the pads at the same age, suggesting Tyson is still operating at a level most people couldn't touch. Earlier, British heavyweight Derek Chisora claimed the upcoming Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight would be contested with 18-ounce gloves and headgear. He even mocked the idea, saying it sounded like fans were being asked to pay for a sparring match and questioned who would spend money to watch something like that. His reaction only added more fuel to the criticism already surrounding the event. But then came a major update that changed everything. In a direct tweet, Michael Benson reported that the July 20th fight will not feature headgear. That detail was confirmed by Jake Paul's MVP co-founder, Nisa Badarian, and it immediately sent shockwaves through the boxing world. With no headgear involved, the matchup suddenly feels far more serious, turning it into a much more raw and high-risk fight, especially for Tyson. At the same time, Jake Paul previously admitted that before locking in the Tyson fight for this summer, he had been hoping to run it back with Tommy Fury. He also brought up comments from his brother Logan, who allegedly suggested that both Jake and Tyson were chasing the payday. Jake quickly pushed back on that narrative. During a live stream with Aiden Ross, Jake explained that he and MVP, along with his partner Nisa, were the ones who approached Tyson and handled the process of putting the deal together, including coordinating negotiations and getting other fighters involved.
Fear is an illusion. We have to have desire. We have to have something that fear pushes us. Our fear makes us think things that don't even exist. It's just, it motivates us. Fear keeps us conscious of our existence. It keeps us conscious of knowing that we're mortal.
Interestingly, Jake Paul opened up about how his fight with Mike Tyson was arranged, revealing that his first choice for an opponent was actually Tommy Fury. Fury, of course, is the only boxer to have beaten Paul earlier in his pro career. Paul explained the situation, saying that Fury wanted a higher payout, which wasn't offered, so the plans shifted. We started with Tommy Fury, but he asked for more money and it wasn't on the table. Then we moved on to Mike Tyson, and after months of talks, we finally got him to agree. As far as I know, Tyson wasn't negotiating with anyone else, so I don't know what he's referring to, Paul said. When the matchup with Tyson was officially announced for July, Paul's excitement was palpable. Facing one of his boxing heroes was a dream come true. It's crazy to think that in just my second pro fight, I went viral for knocking out Nate Robinson on Tyson's undercard, he remarked. Now, less than 4 years later, I'm actually stepping into the ring with Tyson himself. My ultimate goal is to become a world champion. And this is a chance to measure myself against one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time, the baddest man on the planet. Adding to the drama, fans were treated to the first official face-off between Paul and Tyson, giving another intense moment in the build-up to the fight.
Pending clash between the social media tycoon.
Perfect. Here's the fully rewritten, copyright-safe, smooth YouTube narration version of your latest transcript combined with the previous ones, keeping all facts, tone, and storyline intact while making it read like brand new content.
My brother and I's relationship sometimes has to be like aired out, but it seems as if the court of public opinion is the only thing that like steers him in the right direction. It is weird to lie, to blatantly just lie. We signed a deal with Netflix and our goal was to go get another fighter to fight me. We were the ones that brought the Netflix deal to Tyson. So Tyson was never in the market offering people the fights for anyone to turn down. So yes, it is weird to go online and lie. I am always having to defend myself and be undermined and be like little broed, and then I have to just not allow it to happen. But I'm just like taking shots, and then I have to like explain because I get thrown into it. Why is my own brother trying to make me look like the second option for Tyson? Like, oh yeah, I turned down that deal. No, you didn't. That's a complete lie. Like, and why are you fabricating lies?
It's the big brother syndrome.
And then it's always,
The UFC veteran also made it clear that he would rather face Jake Paul a third time than step into the ring with Mike Tyson, emphasizing that no amount of money would convince him otherwise. I've already fought Jake twice, and there's no way I'm going up against Mike even once, he said. Meanwhile, Tyson's latest training clips show him in peak form, full of energy and intensity, making the upcoming fight with Paul one of the most anticipated matchups in recent memory. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest updates.
Jake's got the screw loose, man. He's fighting the one fighter that most people fear. I feel like 58, 27, the age is not a factor. That's a wash, right? Just watching the dude hit pass in the bag. Like, I always have this inside joke. How much would you have to get paid to fight Mike Tyson? I'm like, I'll never be able to spend it.
Yeah, but don't you think that if Jake Paul knocks out 58-year-old Mike Tyson, people are going to say, congratulations, you knocked out somebody who's 58, who hasn't fought professionally in a very long time.
I disagree. I think that if Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson, I don't give a 70. You're going to have to put at least an ounce of respect on his name. Mike Tyson right now, off muscle memory alone, he can have a flashback, right? He can step on the wrong eggshell and let off a combination that can kill most people. No